Hey, it's December 22nd. Virgin Mary broke her water last night. Jesus is going to be born in a few days. She's in labor right now. Well, she had to break her water eventually.
That usually happens right before.
And the birth of Christ launched thousands of wars and millions of dead over years. Right? I mean,
No.
religion is one of the most heated, controversial things in the world, right?
Yeah, but I did.
People have been killing each other for years in the name of religion.
Right, but that's in the name. You said it perfectly.
My
in the
tribute
name.
to the king of it's going to be the king. The Inquisition. What a show! The Inquisition. Here we go.
The Crusades.
Yeah. History of the World, right? History of the World, Part 1. I am a Jesus lover myself. I think he was teaching people how to treat other people. I think somewhere in there it was like, thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not commit murder. It is the 22nd of December, 3 days before Christmas. I love this time of year. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing great, especially since you brought up religion. That means me and Jason can bring up politics. It's going to be
Absolutely.
Awesome. It's going to be an awesome show.
Let's go.
I am a religious guy. Not the way you all think, but I'm religious.
Me too.
My man, Jay Money. I saw you killing it last night at the poker table.
We went to the Tampa Hard Rock. I like to call it the Tampa Donk Rock, D-O-N-K, full of donkeys. We had a good time.
Did you clean house?
Yeah, we were in for 1,000, out for 1,875 in about 90 minutes. That's a pretty good hourly rate.
I think the first time you and I had dinner was at the Hard Rock in Miami, right? Or in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, we were down in Hollywood. In fact,
That was where
Marilyn.
that was where Marilyn Monroe Jr. died, right? What was her name?
Yes,
Anna Nicole Smith. Yep.
Yep, she did pass away there.
I will tell you, Jay Money, this is the busiest 2 weeks I've ever had. I normally take off on the 15th and come back after the new year. Wow, are we busy? Oh my God, are we busy?
It's insane.
I cannot sleep. I didn't even get a quote. I couldn't even tell you where Niall's trading. We are so busy. Business is booming like crazy. Oh my God, booming. Joe, are you just installing miners back there like crazy?
I am, and I don't sleep much.
Skylar, you know my schedule.
Yeah.
Has there been a moment where I have not been on the phone?
Say no. Say yes.
No,
tell the truth.
it's literally been ridiculous. I've barely even been able to like go over stuff with you because there's other stuff
It's crazy.
going on, and it's
Crazy.
But you're getting stuff done, which is amazing. So
I do want to cover the markets, but first I want to say later in the show, a couple housekeeping things. We're going to cover an email I got from a shareholder who thinks we transferred all the assets out
oh yeah.
and that we just took them all. I don't know what the hell maybe you couldn't read it or didn't understand it.
I think they just didn't
BitNile
understand.
still owns Alt Alliance, still owns Coolassist, still owns Gresham Worldwide. We're a holding company. All the assets are still there. They're going to separate later, and I'll walk you through how that's going to happen later in the show. Don't worry. We still own the EV company. Just because every press release, I can't talk about every company we own. It's funny, Jay Money. Without going into the details, I reviewed a company today with you that's valued around $450 million, and they have 7,000 miners. And this just in, TeraWulf bought 15,000 miners for $169 million. Hello, we bought 20,600, and we don't get them like 3 years from now either, like some people are getting them. The market to me is like on crack. They are literally giving me dollar bills for 40 cents.
They are.
It's
if you look at the value of Alzamend relative to Nile, Alzamend is worth a big chunk of Nile now. Like, it's insane. The other day I saw Ultimate up and Nile down. People are on drugs, in my opinion. Now, this is just, of course, my opinion, and I've let my opinion do the walking with buying more, of course, when I'm allowed to. Of course, I'm in a quiet period now, but that'll be over again eventually. J Money, I know you got a lot of market updates. Let's update the market, and then we'll come back to the holiday festivities that are what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about a little ticker that we're pretty aware of, ticker symbol NAKD, but let's put that on the shelf for right now. The Dow Jones today, so we had a lot of data reported today. We're going to get into that as well. The market liked it. The Dow was up 261 to 35,753, and the NASDAQ was up 140 to 15,481. S&P also plus 40 on the day, 4688. At the time on air, Bitcoin is fighting to reclaim 49,000, 48,994, Ethereum 4,010, and oil on the back of a interesting report today from the EIA petroleum report. Oil $72.94. That's good for a $1.80 gain. Gold was up 17, silver was up 31 cents, and copper staying strong, $4.39 per pound. That's the news on the market today.
Was that your whole financial update?
No, I got a ton more, but I just wanted you to talk a little bit about what you see in the market as I want to talk more about the small caps, obviously.
I had
if you want to get in.
I had someone update me today, and they said, "How's that naked treating you?" Really? Hello. If naked did a 1 for 15, and I sold it for $1, like I don't know the last time, then I sold it for $15. How's the naked treating you? How's it treating you? Not how it's treating me. By the way, I do own naked. I bought some at around 50 cents and some change, and I'm happy I own it. I don't quite get the hostility over people texting me about naked. I didn't tell you to buy it. Why would I tell you to sell it?
I mean, why? Yeah, I don't understand either.
Now, I would be careful with naked because there's a reverse that took place, but they kept the QSIP the same. There is a discrepancy at DTC, and I think that people don't understand they may be selling shares they don't have. And therefore, I saw this happen one time before in a stock go from $1 to $2 to $10 when they realized they had to buy it back in. So I would be very cautious in trading naked and make sure you do the math because it was a 1 for 15 reverse. Clear as day. Do we know where naked closed today?
We can find out. Shareholders overwhelmingly approved that, by the way. $6.25, 13.52% down. Triggered the SSR. After hours, a couple pennies down.
The stock's 625. You have to do a 15 number in there.
Yeah.
So what is that? If you divide it by 15, what's the price then? J Money.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, I'm looking at something real quick here. I got it. 41 cents.
Right. Yeah, that's a pullback.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty standard. I mean, if you look at it, the shareholders approved it like 96% vote. They had an extraordinary meeting on December 20th. Shares are naked down. It looks like investors just trying to digest the news. Last month they had news. Remember, Centro did have 2,000, I think it was. They had like a 2,000 order for electric vehicles. They're expected to begin deliveries in January. It looks like they have that. Remember that order they had, right, with Amazon for like the last mile deliveries?
Right, exactly.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I don't understand why that didn't get a more positive reaction. That really wasn't a sell the news item. I mean, that's a lot of value there if they can deliver. It looks like they have a contract with Hana Cupid. That's Japan's largest floral gifting association. So they've got a lot of stuff in the works. The EV orders, they followed the most recent announcement of Centro's Metro receiving key car approval as the first imported non-Japanese made all electric commercial vehicle. So that was the Japan deal. So yeah, we'll see what's going on here. EV sector still should be hot going into Q1. I don't think anything's changing, even though Build Back Better got shut down by Mr. Manchin, and all the Democrats.
Wait. Let's get this right. You mean President Manchin?
President Manchin.
Come on, dude. President Manchin. He's the most powerful leader in the country. He's effectively in charge. Let's get this right.
Did you see Bette Midler come out and just demonize everybody from West Virginia?
You know, what I don't want to demonize today, if you go to my screen, is the great news. I think this is great news, not people paying a lot of attention to it. FDA clears Pfizer's COVID treatment pill, the first oral antiviral drug to be cleared during the pandemic. I think this is great news. It's 75%, works about 75% of the time. Very, very good. It will help a lot of people. Jason, your thoughts on the pill, this antiviral made by Pfizer?
Yeah, I'm not a scientist. I don't really know much about the oral antiviral drug cleared by Pfizer. I should have looked at all the options charts on Pfizer and see where Pelosi Inc. was on that.
Are you going to run out and go get those pills right now, Jay?
No, the only way I would get those pills if I had an authorized reseller agreement where I could sell those bad boys to everyone, but I won't be partaking in that.
But when you got COVID, you used that horse tranquilizer that Joe Rogan used. According to CNN, you used the horse stuff, right? And that worked out fine for you, right? Ivermectin?
Yeah, that's only about 40 cents a pill. You know, there's not much meat on the bone there, so they're not going to push that drug. It's only 50 years. Some would say that it's safer than Advil. Not me, of course. I'm not a scientist.
Can you turn on my
doctor?
My little things over here? That's Jason. It's not working. Hey, housekeeping-wise, those of you who are asking about the show with the CEO of Alzheimer's, Stefan Jackman, it'll be posted back up today. The live show was taken down, and the edited show will be up on later today. So I have probably got more requests about that show than anything we've ever done. Jay Money, what are your thoughts on that show?
Well, Stefan Jackman's a stud. I mean, it's just like, it was a great, great episode. Yeah, I was wondering if there was something there that was just a glitch in the matrix, but that'll be back up. I think we're getting a lot of questions about Nile and about Alzheimer's in the chat. People are pretty excited about Alzheimer's Neuro. I was very excited about Alzheimer's Neuro after hearing Stefan. You know, I love listening to him. He's just really, really smart.
Joe, the Bitcoin is $49,014.50.
Mm-hmm.
Crypto Joe, can we make your 70,000 target within about a week or so?
I think so. No, I don't think so.
You don't think we can go up 20,000 points in a week?
On the news on news coming out of Argentina today, maybe.
What did Argentina say?
Argentina has banned any of their citizens who are unvaccinated from taking money out of the banks.
No way. Are you serious?
Banks in Argentina and Nigeria, too, are no longer letting unvaccinated people go inside the bank. And the only way to withdraw dollars from your account is to do so physically in your bank.
What?
So,
what?
And by the way, Australia just came out and said we are going to have a vaccinated economy. So, worlds watch out.
What is going on here?
Well,
yeah, I don't understand how there's a run on the
Boston, New York, and Los Angeles all have you can only go into certain places. Won't be a far cry from you can't go into the bank. Now, we're a better economy. We have ATM machines, but what happens if you need to take out a couple grand to give to the grandchildren at Christmas and you're unvaccinated? So, you know.
Can you go to my screen real quick and put on the audio?
Oh,
Ready?
dear Lord, there it is.
You're not worried about Argentina, are you?
I am. What happens if their wine stops getting produced?
Can I tell you something about Argentina? They produce ridiculously beautiful women. Whatever happens in the universe down there, their beef is incredible, meaning the actual like ribeye steaks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
and every single girl, woman I've ever met from Argentina, is just drop dead.
They produce a lot of the best of everything. I mean, their beef is some of the best. Their wines and vineyards.
I know we have a very young crowd here. Can we go back to my screen real quick? We have a very young crowd here, and so they probably would not remember that there was a woman named Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
She played Evita.
She did.
Do you think she got paid in Bitcoin?
No. I'm pretty sure that was long before 2000 that movie was made.
I guess. And they're not. Are they going to sing ever? I mean, can I hear the audio? What's the problem here? I just wanted to hear her say, "Don't cry for me, Argentina."
Apparently, you've never listened to the song. It's a little bit.
Okay, whatever, man. I didn't work out. I tried.
1996 is when that came out, so definitely did not get paid in any kind of crypto.
No, crypto wasn't around then. I saw an academic say that he thinks crypto could go to zero.
I just read an article where one of the major houses believe that 10,000 is where it's going to end up in 2022.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they think crypto is going backwards?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
what would happen to difficulty if crypto went to 10,000? Would we still make money?
We would, but that's because we own our own plant. And
Wait. We would still make money if difficulty went down and crypto went to 10,000.
Yeah.
Would not a lot though, right?
Well, it depends on how much difficulty went down. I mean, some of these big boys will have to bring miners offline because their infrastructure is so large. They won't be able to afford being able to be online. I mean, there's a reason these guys have a threshold, and they say power is important as a
Brett,
cost.
this isn't working, by the way.
Power is important as a cost, but they add their infrastructure and all their other costs in there. And when you get up into the high, close to 10, 12 cents, I mean, these guys can't survive.
Jay, let's get the politics out of the way, and then we're going to cover the separation of Nile and kind of a high-level conversation about that, because I'm a wee bit exhausted with the questions, and hopefully Willie then will be able to make something about it. But I do want to cover something that Jay Money has, or Crypto Joe has. You're not connected, right? So they can't pull it up?
I'm not.
Where do I find that?
I was at Bitcoin.com in their news section. It's one of the top news.
That's okay. Bitcoin.com.
Yeah.
Apparently you're allowed to plug it in, but...
Oh, there it is.
You were at Bitcoin.com?
I was.
Huh.
You should have it.
You able to pull it up?
Yep, right there.
All right, I think this is a really important announcement here. And so Visa partners with 60 crypto platforms to let consumers spend digital currency at 80 million merchants.
Right. And there's the headline right there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Crypto's going to zero.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's possible.
Wait, no, let's go back to that. I want to put that sideways. Jay Money, what do you think of Visa? No, a little bit further down. A little bit. What do you think of Visa partnering with 60 crypto platforms to let consumers spend digital currency at over 80 million merchants? Your thoughts there on adoption and the future?
Well, I mean, just to have an ATM card with access to the #1 brand Visa and processing, as far as having ease of access through the Visa logo, makes it very easy for people to adopt Bitcoin. Whereas before, it's really hard for some people to get the process down and be able to learn how to use it. It's kind of intimidating. But if they can just go in and swipe their Visa card at Whole Foods or something, Starbucks, wherever, it makes things really easy. I don't know. I don't have a lot of money in the banks right now.
But
why
Jay,
would I?
what about PayPal? I mean, they're doing the same thing, right? I mean, Visa's great and that's awesome, but I mean, someone like PayPal who actually will let you buy on their platform and let you spend on your PayPal card what you got as your balance. Yeah. I mean, I know PayPal's a super tiny company, and so is Visa, and so, Bitcoin's going to the floor. I just don't believe it. I don't.
No, I'm pretty excited about it, but I guess you can't hear my kung fu thing. Oh, there we
There
go.
you go.
There it
Yeah,
is.
I feel better now. Jay, let's go. Let's get into the politics, which I think are just demoralizing. They're just terrible. I'm almost sad how out of control things are. But your thoughts? You wanted to update us on where you were?
Well, we can do politics, whatever. There's so much going on.
Let's go.
Warren
Let's go. Let's cover it.
Elizabeth Warren recently blaming grocery stores for skyrocketing food prices. I mean, she already accused Elon Musk of not paying taxes. He's paying $11 billion in taxes. Well, who would you rather have manage that $11 billion, Todd? Would you rather have Pocahontas manage that money, or just have Elon take it over and deploy it? How would you feel about that?
I love Elon's quote on this, and I'm going to pull it up. This is 3 hours ago. He says to my screen, please. He says, Elon says, my screen, by the way. That's weird. Elon Musk, my wealth isn't some deep mystery. My taxes are super simple. Musk comments are made in an interview conservative satire site Baby Babylon B, following comments that Senator Elizabeth Warren earlier this month suggested he wasn't paying taxes. She is directly lying to you. She is directly lying. She is making it all political. If there's ever a person trying to divide and conquer, it's Elizabeth Warren.
Well, she's been directly lying for years, man. I mean, this is nothing new. The presidential election wasn't anything new. Her
Right.
being an Indian wasn't anything new.
What I can't understand is why she still gets elected.
Because the people.
I mean, she
like her.
outright lied to her citizens in Michigan, in what is it, Boston, in Massachusetts.
We've been over this. People are sheep. You know, I mean, this is a horrible statistic, but did you know when a woman has no favorite presidential candidate, she votes for the best-looking man? This is an actual statistical fact. It's horrible that we vote on the best-looking person to run our country.
This is what Elon Musk said. I don't have any offshore accounts, no tax shelters. Musk said in an interview, when asked if H&R Block could do his taxes, he said, H&R Block could easily do my taxes. I don't need H&R Block. I can do it. It would take a few hours. My taxes are very basic.
I'd love to see him just do a 1040 easy.
I got to be honest with you.
Oh my God.
I got to tell you, this guy, I love him. I went from, you're a little bit of a nut, but like a genius nut, kind of Einstein kind of thing going on.
Right.
To this guy is parabolic. Elon Musk is one of the greatest, like, he's not, I don't even know if he's an actual citizen. He's one of the most permanent resident. I mean, he's the most amazing guy.
Yep.
What he has done for the citizens of California, the citizens of the United States, and the citizens of the world is amazing. This guy deserves not only the Time Man of the Year, but he's up there with Time Man of the Century. Now, I would argue that Jonas Salk and some of the polio vaccines, there's a lot of people that contributed to how we have been in the last 100 years. And the exponential growth that has taken place technology-wise, Steve Jobs and his pushing forward an agenda.
Yep.
Granted, he wasn't a technologist, but he was a guy who wanted certain technologies, and he pushed his engineers to do amazing things.
Yep.
Satoshi Nakamoto, who invented Bitcoin.
Ford, who made most of those
Ford,
people
who made
possible.
manufacturing, the Wright brothers, lots of incredible inventors that have done things. And Elon Musk has taken it to a stratospheric level. This guy, NASA spends $300 billion, he spends $7 billion. This guy is doing incredible things. The Boring Company, the things he's doing with SpaceX, the things he's doing with Tesla. It's beyond amazing that a citizen, a guy, listen, so he came from South Africa, he immigrated here. How could a sitting congressman or senator not put their arm around this guy and say, he's an example of what you can do when you come to the United States? He's an example of how you can become rich and help humanity at the same time. He is a living, walking example. Is he perfect? No. He's been divorced twice, I think 3 times actually. His first wife, Justine, and then Tallulah Riley, he married twice and got her divorced her. I don't think he ever married Grimes. He just had a baby with her. But we're not passing judgment on him. His personal life, he takes care of his kids. He's not a defunct dad. He doesn't pawn that off to someone else.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that in America, we have politicians openly bashing a guy who should be celebrated. Elon Musk should be celebrated. Is he perfect? He is not. But what are the standards here? What standards do you have to meet to be in this country and be successful? He paid $11 billion in taxes. I saw a quote that meant that he paid $1.5 million per day every day since he moved here. If you do the average, he's paid $1.5 million a day in taxes since he moved here. He's the single largest individual taxpayer in the history of mankind.
Yeah, but the reason you have this and you didn't have it with someone like Ford in politics, or you didn't have it with someone like Bill Gates in politics, because back then we didn't put our necks on the backs of stupid individuals and say, look what these rich people are doing to you, when they're really not doing anything to you, right? This man has invented things. This man has come up with ways to get around it. And all we have is people that listen to rich people are bad. They hurt everybody.
Rich, all this other stuff.
Right. And they tell people what they want to hear now. It's
listen,
not about
I'm
politics.
not a rich guy. I guess to some terms I've done pretty well. Do you guys have any idea how much money I put personally back, how much my wife and I signed for to employ people? I mean, Joe, you were with us when I wanted to keep people employed when things were terrible here.
Yep.
I mean, it's just not the case. Elon Musk, I celebrate you. I celebrate what you represent for the country. I think you're a great U.S. citizen, and Merry Christmas, and I think we owe a lot to you. I think you're advancing society. Jay Money, your thoughts on Elon Musk?
Elon's a huge job creator. You know, Pocahontas doesn't create jobs. She's in Massachusetts. You know, it's a big burden. All these blue states are losing key citizens from their states. They're all navigating to lower taxed, more freedom and liberty states, usually red states like Florida, now in Texas. And yeah, we'll see what happens. They, in the Northeast, you're looking at these politicians who are not in tune with everyday Americans. Same thing in California. I mean, Todd, you left California. You picked up shop, left it, moved over to Las Vegas with everyone. And you were a Californian for what,
46 years. 46 years.
46 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a microcosm of what's happening right now. And I am seeing a lot of people that are just fed up right now, 29 trillion in debt. I did see something, though, that was pressured onto Biden today. In fact, Biden administration caves to the squad, it looks like. They are going to continue the payment pause for student loan borrowers until May 1st. That's something that he had promised and so far didn't deliver some relief on student loan debt, but they are going to give an extension on that, probably because of the Pokemon virus, would be my guess. I don't want to say the word. I'm sick of saying it. The other thing that happened is the Secret Service today came out and said nearly $100 billion was stolen in pandemic relief funds. That's your efficient government doing things well again. I mean, it's just a catastrophe there. And as far as the rest of the economic data today, which led the lift in the market, in my opinion, they have GDP came in at 2.3%. That's kind of blah. However, mortgage applications for refinances week over week were up 2.2%. Purchases were down 3.3%. What I'm seeing there is a lot of people are still taking advantage of the low rates and doing cash out refis, in my opinion, to get some liquidity. So a lot of the families in America are shrinking their equity in their homes and taking out cash, maybe to deploy to pay down revolving credit or to keep up with the Joneses and go further in debt. I don't know. Consumer confidence, though, was up today. It was the consensus was 110.7. Actual number came in 115.8. What they do there on the CCI, the consumer confidence, they survey 3,000 households generally across the nation. I don't know how that survey is deployed. Is it deployed fairly as far as the politically, because everything's political now? But it's based on the perception of current business and employment conditions. So that was actually surprising to me that CCI was up. A couple other things: existing home sales consensus was 6.51 million homes for for the month, and actual is 6.46 million. Petroleum report, crude oil was actually 4.6 million barrels down week over week for oil itself. So there was a deficit there. However, gasoline.
I think we lost him.
Over a week.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're
So-
back.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I do want to cover a couple things because we have not a lot of time left. I'll cover a few things. A reminder that the show that aired, episode I think 163, will be up again today, sometime in the next couple hours. That is a show with Stefan Jackman, the CEO of Alzamend. Let me cover something. A question. A shareholder said to me, "Nile is down. Where did all the other holdings go?" And I know this is going to be edited and put out as a video, and there'll be graphs and stuff. So just bear with me. So here we have BitNile Holdings. It owns BitNile Inc., Alliance Cloud Services, and a minority stake in Earnity. That's one section of the company. Over in Alt Alliance, it owns Gresham Worldwide, what you know as Turn On Green Coolises, Digital Power Lending, a series of hotels, REITs, etc. We own a portfolio inside there. I can't even imagine whatever else is inside Alt Alliance. Those companies will be separated. And sometime in 2022, Alt Alliance, through some form of a transaction, is seeking to be a public reporting company. And eventually those shares will be dividend to the people who own the old DPW, which is now called Nile. Nile will continue to operate, installing its 20,600 miners, owning a data center, which is a wonderful piece of property, 34.5 acres, is going to be expanded up to 300 megawatts over time, and of course the relationship with Earnity. So, ipso facto, BitNile Holdings is an owner of Alt Alliance. You as a shareholder haven't lost anything. That's still being dividend out to you. The fact that the price does not reflect the value, in my opinion, is the market. I've continued to buy shares when I'm allowed to. I bought for the hedge fund. I bought for me personally. It's the market. The small cap market is not rewarding companies at this time. But therefore, I want to be clear with everyone. We have not issued the dividend. We have not issued an ex-dividend date. We don't know when in 2022. Please go back to the press release and read that it says it's subject to a tax ruling from the IRS and various other regulatory filings. I'm concerned for people who write emails and suggest that somehow we've taken the assets out. That doesn't happen. Markham, our auditor, wouldn't allow this. This is not possible.
Nope.
People do not realize how regulated we are. Skyla, what is the joke of the day? And the last episode, we are not going to have a Friday episode. We are off. Everyone has the day off. The market's closed, and we are home for the holiday. So tomorrow is the last business day before we celebrate Kris Kringle. What are you thinking, Skyla?
All right. So how much does Santa pay to park his sleigh?
How much?
Nothing. It's on the house.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good dad
That is a
joke.
good
I like
dad
that
joke.
a lot. That's a good joke. J Money, before we move on, anything else you want to cover in politics?
Not in politics. I just want to say one thing. We will continue. I'm just kind of looking at the chat here. We will continue our business plan of deploying miners and showing transparency on a bi-weekly basis on our website, bitnile.com. There is
Oh yeah, J Money.
24-hour
J Money. Next next update will be a press release on January 3rd, because Monday is a Saturday and
Monday's a Saturday?
The 1st is a Saturday. So Monday the 3rd, we will issue a press release updating people on the progress of miners installed in Total Bitcoin. Been looking at that Bitcoin account, J Money. I got to tell you, pretty damn excited. We keep adding Bitcoin, adding. Come on, man, give me some. I really got to tell you, as we get more miners installed and I see that Bitcoin rallying more and more, I will tell you that has got me jacked. I'm not lying. I will tell you. The other day when you reported the number to me, I was like, okay, we're making a lot of progress here.
Yep.
I'm very happy. And J Money, what do you think of the fact that we update that? Do you think every 2 weeks is too often? Do you think we should do it once a month? What are your thoughts?
I mean, once a month is fine, but 2 weeks isn't really much indigestion. It's not a big deal to us. I mean, Joe is always, Joe and Darren and everyone's on the team is always on the same page, and,
What do you
we're
think of that?
excited to.
Do you like once a month or every 2 weeks?
I like once a month, but people want to know. So I mean,
Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't know that it's. I look at transparency, and me on Twitter, and the things I do, and I don't know that we get rewarded for it. I got to be honest with you. I'm going to be reevaluating how we communicate because we're trading we have record profit here. I mean, record progress. Sorry, not profit. Record progress. And I think we're going backwards. It's just the price of the stock company is just doing terrible, and that's unfortunate, right?
I'm looking forward to Bitcoin next year, and this article I just read makes me even more excited.
Yeah, pretty excited. Yeah, we will evaluate whether it'll be once a month or every 2 weeks. I don't see the value in the every 2 weeks part, but I get your point, Jay. It is what it is. Hey, Willie Ames says, Merry Christmas, everybody. He cannot make it. He has an appointment, so he will be on the show later. He will be on the show next week. He also want to let you know that the show with Stefan Jackman will be up at 4 o'clock today, Pacific time. Skylar, can you run and get Randy for me here?
Yes, I sure can.
We have a little bit of an update for a few other things, and we're going to wrap it up here. Jay, is there any questions you want to answer that anyone's asking in the chat that are important?
Wait, let me drop a bomb on
bomb?
Jason and you.
Yeah.
So apparently, Huboy has just reported that the Chinese government has given him till the 31st to allow mainland China to cash out of all their Bitcoin, and they believe that that's the reason for the inflow is only 2% compared to 20% of last year. So they believe that is where the crash is. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Actually, that makes a
So
lot
on
of
the
sense.
31st, if everybody's out in mainland China out of Bitcoin, game on.
Well, a couple of questions, Todd. This guy won't get off the chat here. I give it his tenacity is awesome. Asking about current financing, recent financing deals. You want to talk about
what current financing are you referring to?
they're looking at. Let's see what we got here.
Well, all I can say about financings you see in the AK is the AK speak for themselves. Keep in mind, the balance sheet is about $250 million, give or take 25 million, depending where Alzamend is. At any given time, now that we have operations in 3 countries, we represent revenue growth pretty dramatically. We've talked about Bitcoin that will grow to around 250 to 300 million over the next 12 months or so in terms of a run rate. We own subsidiaries in defense and EV, and obviously we're selling EV chargers now. We do various financings to move the balance sheet around. As of last time, we had almost no debt. It was negligible relative to our cash.
Exactly.
And we've outlined pretty clearly in the PowerPoints presented in 8K what we plan to do to get to $1 billion. I mean, this is just out there. It's in writing. I don't know what else to say to everybody. Wow, you're in real estate. Wow, you're doing these things. I put it in writing for you every quarter. It's in the 8Ks. It's in the PowerPoints. So one second, Jay. Our financing activities are commensurate with a growth company. Someone said Todd's borrowing money at 10%. Really? Why don't you try to go borrow millions of dollars at 10%? Why don't you try to do that? I got to tell you, we're not a bond-rated company yet. We're not investment grade. 7 to 10% is a very good rate for us. That's way down from what we used to pay. And don't be surprised if you see even better rates in the future. So I'm very happy with our balance sheet. I've been saying this. I'm very happy with the progress we're making. I'm happy with the cash flow. I'm very happy with Joe and the team. Give me some here. Jason, I could not be happier with you. You literally have stepped up to the plate this year. You have contributed in a massive way to the team. We can't deny that, right, Joe? Jason, from a business development spot, has taken us to Bitmain. He's taken us just really amazing places. I'll be firing him later, but I just want to give him accolades now. Just kidding. Hey, by the way, I'll comment on the financing of the company in the coming weeks ahead. But guys, I have my own money in the company.
Yeah.
We've taken the dilution we want to take. We want, obviously, a higher price. If we want to raise capital, we want it to be at higher levels. And you borrow money when you don't want to sell equity. It's not complicated. When the price is higher and you need money, you sell equity. When the price is lower and you have assets, you buy. Keep in mind, IBM and lots of other companies, we're not IBM, of course, they borrow money to buy back stock.
Yep.
There's lots of things people do. It's a flexible balance sheet. We're not saying we're doing any of those things. But don't be alarmed when you have a $250 million balance sheet, which will be higher, that you're gonna borrow money when you don't owe any money or you barely owe any money. It's called leverage.
The debt to asset the debt to asset ratio is we're very comfortable. I'll just leave it at that. And you guys know through our filings and through our press releases that we have under contract 20,600 premium, beautiful ant miners from Bitmain.
If they just read the contracts, they'd see that we've already wrote literally like $50 to $60 million worth of checks. But Todd doesn't have any money. I see people on there saying, Alt doesn't have any money. Okay, you say so. My man, Randy, Update Sports with Randy. Randy has some breaking news about something. What is it? Lewis
Season's
Hamilton?
greetings, and just want to shout out to J Money, Andrea, and Lucky. Miss you guys. Hope you have a happy holidays, since I won't be seeing you.
Thanks, Randy.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if you heard about this crybaby Lewis Hamilton, but he didn't attend the prize giving ceremony with the FIA when they give out the trophies. You're required by the FIA to attend if you're one of the top 3 drivers. The winning constructor shows up, the winning driver, and the top 3 drivers. They all get some kind of award, and he didn't show up in protest, I guess, of what happened at the race. It's very poor sportsmanship, and that's not all he does usually. I mean, usually after the race, if he loses, he sits in his car and he lets the cameras come to his car and look at him pouting in the car. And, dude, you've won all these world championships. And he's just like Serena Williams. She does the same thing. I don't know if you saw her when she lost the U.S. Open to Naomi Osaka. And then she got on the microphone after the match and was blaming the chair umpire for being sexist and racist. And these people that win all these things, and then they're showing these examples of poor sportsmanship. What kind of example is that to set for anybody? I mean, you can tell me how much you like him, how much he's won, but it's horrible, dude. And he's going to be penalized in some way. I don't know, but now he's talking about retiring. And you know what? Go ahead and retire. Do us all a favor, dude. Go away. I mean, it's ridiculous. Nobody else has done this in the history of Formula One. They've not showed up to the prize giving ceremony in Paris like you're supposed to. So
hold on a second, Lewis Hamilton. Just in case you see the show, these reviews represent Randy and not necessarily the reviews.
Absolutely.
Of the show, the producer of the show.
Absolutely.
However you do those cliches, the things. This is a commentary from Randy. Go on, Randy. You
sure.
continue.
Sure. Well, that's it. I mean, it's just poor sportsmanship. I mean, it's not
anything after Lewis.
What do you mean?
You said you had an Indy update.
Oh, yeah. Dallara renewed their contract with IndyCar. They're the only manufacturer of chassis in IndyCar. It's been for a long time. So everybody's got the same car, basically, and it's just either Chevy or Honda. So they signed a multi-year agreement. They're not saying how many years it is, but it's in alignment with Chevy and Honda. So for the next however many years, they're not saying if it's the next 5 years, nothing's going to change. It's going to be either Honda or Chevy, and everybody has the same car. So same kind of parity, which makes for great racing, actually, a lot better than Formula One, obviously. Everybody's kind of got a chance. And so, yeah, that was the news announced today. So it's some stability for IndyCar for the next 5 years or so going forward, whatever it is.
Joe, final comments on Bitcoin?
I expect a very, very bullish year next year in Bitcoin. I think the world's just going to
hell in a handbasket.
Hell in a handbasket, and I think people are going to get. I think you're going to see more lockdowns in more countries like Canada, probably Australia. And if they start pulling banking, DeFi is going to win. DeFi is going to win. DeFi is going to win.
Joe, J Money, any comments before the Christmas holiday?
Not a whole lot. I just wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's still legal to say Merry Christmas, right?
It is. Happy Holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. This is the end of the show. We wish you a great Christmas. Be safe. I think Bitcoin is unstoppable. Unstoppable! And I am as bullish as I've ever been on Nile, Alzheimer's Neuro, MTX International, our new SPAC that we raised. I don't know if anyone saw this, but it was oversubscribed. We raised $115 million. Let me say that again. The SPAC was oversubscribed. We raised $115 million. Hey,
Todd.
Yeah.
Todd, one more thing.
Yeah.
Hey. Merry Christmas to you and your family. And I just want to say this. Thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart for giving me the opportunity to come aboard the team and do what I can. I appreciate it.
You are much loved by me and by the team, and you have contributed in a big way to Risk On. We started the show together. You've been on virtually almost every episode that you could be on. Hopefully, we can travel more of the world. We'll be doing shows on Risk On in a lot of different places in 2022. Some of those dates will be coming up. Don't forget about Risk On, the conference, which is the 12th through the 15th of May. More on that soon. Everybody out there, happy holidays. Randy, of course, thank you for moving to Vegas. I've known you for a long time.
I love it here,
love
man.
Your passion.
Love
that
it.
you're devoted. Hey, great time at the company Christmas party, everyone. Special thanks last night to Stefan Jackman, his partner, Steve Smith, and his wife, Jolene. I had a great dinner with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the O Show. Obviously, Steve and Jolene have never been. A great time and planning session for Alzamend with Stefan. I really am amazed at the product. Not only did we set out to put it in patients, we got a product. We got it cleared by the FDA. We got it into patients. The FDA cleared them to go to phase 1. They went into patients. They got results. The results were stellar. I don't know that I could be happier. Would I like the prices to be higher? Of course I would. But I just think that happens over time. I've made a lot more money sitting and waiting for the big gains, and I'm very pleased. Joe, you've been with me a long time, my friend. This will be the first time that you've had that I believe you'll have had Christmas in a house that you bought and you own yourself. Is that right or no?
Yes. If you use all that criteria, absolutely.
Right. And you have a very nice house, which, by the way, the prices in Vegas are going crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, you bought a great time.
I did.
Anyways, Merry Christmas, everyone. Brett, Nick, the whole show, Skyla, the whole team, everyone at what now is BitNile Holdings, all the executive staff, have a great Christmas. Everyone be safe. All of the audience members out there, and you know who you are, we are super grateful. The Naked Army, all those people. We love your comments, bad or good. We're super God, people watching all over the world. We love you guys. Look for the show with Stefan, 4 o'clock today. Willie, take care. Douglas Gantz, I hope you enjoyed the Rams. Gary, everybody, take care, everyone. Be well. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.